Straw has left audiences stunned with its emotional depth and unexpected conclusion, especially when it comes to what ultimately happens to Janiyah and her daughter Aria. While it might be easy to reduce the film to a story about a woman who breaks the law, that would be missing the entire point of what Straw is really trying to say. The movie throws us into the absolute worst day of Janiyah's life. Not just a bad day, but one that feels deliberately stacked against her from every angle. And what's worse is that none of it is exaggerated. It's all grounded in the kind of systemic failures and microaggressions that many people, particularly black women, face every single day. So let's talk about what really went down and what that powerful ending means. From the start, Janiyah is treated like a burden by nearly everyone around her. Her landlord is cruel, her boss is demeaning, and even the police use their power to control and silence her. These aren't random acts of cruelty, they're part of a pattern, and Straw makes sure we see how it all builds up. When her daughter Aria is taken from her, when her job and home and even her car are stripped away, it's not just a breakdown, it's a system-induced collapse. And what's terrifying is how plausible it all feels. That's what gives Straw its emotional weight. Janiyah doesn't just snap. She's pushed, cornered, and left without any way to scream loud enough to be heard. Her descent into violence, yes, including the murder of her boss and the bank standoff, isn't glorified or sensationalized. It's messy, it's complicated, and it's deeply human. And let's be honest, while her actions can't be justified legally, emotionally, the film does something rare. It gets you to understand her. That's the brilliance of Taraji P. Henson's performance. She makes sure we feel everything Janiyah is feeling, every second of that unraveling. But when we finally get to the end, where she's being taken away in handcuffs, there's something that hits even harder than the visual of her arrest. It's the recognition. People see her now, not just as a criminal, but as a person, a mother, a woman who was silenced for too long. The fact that the two police officers who abused their power early in the film are exposed because of Janiyah's courage says something huge about the film's message. That her voice, however broken and raw, mattered. Now, about Aria. Her absence at the end of the film isn't just for shock value. It carries thematic weight. Losing her daughter was the final straw, no pun intended. That triggered everything. But it also shifts the emotional balance. If Aria were still alive and waiting for Janiyah to come home, the film would be purely tragic. Instead, Aria's absence makes room for a different kind of resolution, one focused on Janiyah's healing. Nicole, though unable to take on the full responsibility of Aria, becomes a symbol of the broken support systems for mothers like Janiyah. It drives home how isolated she truly was, and how necessary it was for her story to break through. Still, not all is lost. The support Janiyah receives from Detective Raymond and others suggests that her story won't be swept under the rug. There's a chance, however slim, that she won't be just another forgotten statistic. There's room for some hope here, especially if the legal system finally acknowledges her mental state. If she pleads insanity, if she gets psychological support, she might be able to come out of this not just alive, but truly seen. That's what makes Straw so impactful. It doesn't promise justice, but it demands recognition. And now we want to hear from you. Do you think Janiyah's actions were understandable given everything she went through? What did you think of the twist with Aria? And do you believe Janiyah deserves a second chance? Let's talk about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's unpack this one together.